You have enemies. Good. That means you've stood up for something, sometime in your life. Success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts. Books, in all their variety, offer the human intellect the means by which civilization may be carried triumphantly forward. Do not wish health and wealth, but wish good luck, because on the Titanic everyone was rich and healthy, and only a few were lucky. There is something about the outside of a horse that is good for the inside of a man. The only way a man can remain consistent amid changing circumstances is to change with them while preserving the same dominating purpose. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. 20 to 25. These are the years. Don't be content with things as they are. Tact is the ability to tell someone to go to hell in such a way that they look forward to the trip. United wishes and goodwill cannot overcome brute facts. Truth is incontrovertible. Panic may resent it. Ignorance may deride it. Malice may distort it. But there it is. Never, never, never give in. Courage is rightly esteemed the first of human qualities because it has been said it is the quality that guarantees all others. I am fond of pigs. Dogs look up to us. Cats look down on us. Pigs treat us as equals. Ambition, not so much for vulgar ends, but for fame, glints in every mind. Defeat is one thing, disgrace is another. Democracy is the worst form of government, except for all those other forms that have been tried from time to time. Out of intense complexities, intense simplicities emerge. If we open a quarrel between the past and the present, we shall find that we have lost the future. This is the lesson. Never give in, never give in, never, 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 in nothing, great or small, large or petty, never give in, except to convictions of honor and good sense. Never yield to force, never yield to the apparently overwhelming might of the enemy. Nothing in life is so exhilarating as to be shot at without result. The first duty of the university is to teach wisdom, not a trade, character, not technicalities. We want a lot of engineers in the modern world, but we do not want a world of engineers. Men occasionally stumble over the truth, but most of them pick themselves up and hurry off as if nothing ever happened. All the greatest things are simple, and many can be expressed in a single word: freedom, justice, honor, duty, mercy, hope. Politics is the ability to foretell what is going to happen tomorrow, next week, next month and next year, and to have the ability afterwards to explain why it didn't happen. Victory will never be found by taking the line of least resistance. Broadly speaking, short words are best, and the old words, when short, are best of all. I never worry about action, but only about inaction. Every day you may make progress. Every step may be fruitful. Yet there will stretch out before you an ever-lengthening, ever-ascending, ever-improving path. You know you will never get to the end of the journey. But this, so far from discouraging, only adds to the joy and glory of the climb. To build may have to be the slow and laborious task of years. To destroy can be the thoughtless act of a single day. The farther backward you can look, the farther forward you are likely to see. It is a crime to despair. We must learn to draw from misfortune the means of future strength. The idea that nothing is true except what we comprehend is silly, and that ideas which our minds cannot reconcile are mutually destructive, sillier still. There is always much to be said for not attempting more than you can do, and for making a certainty of what you try. But this principle, like others in life and war, has its exceptions. We are all worms, but I do believe I am a glowworm. It's not enough that we do our best. Sometimes we have to do what's required. Continuous effort, not strength or intelligence, is the key to unlocking our potential. It's not enough that we do our best. Sometimes we have to do what's required. The problems of victory are more agreeable than those of defeat, but they are no less difficult. The greatest lesson in life is to know that even fools are right sometimes. There are a terrible lot of lies going about the world, and the worst of it is that half of them are true. A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity. An optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. It is wonderful what great strides can be made when there is a resolute purpose behind them. Courage is what it takes to stand up and speak. Courage is also what it takes to sit down and listen. Those who can win a war well can rarely make a good peace, and those who could make a good peace would never have won the war. The truth is incontrovertible. Malice may attack it, ignorance may deride it, but in the end, there it is. Victory at all costs, victory in spite of all terror, victory however long and hard the road may be, for without victory, there is no survival. Socialism is a philosophy of failure, the creed of ignorance, and the gospel of envy. Its inherent virtue is the equal sharing of misery. This is no time for ease and comfort. It is time to dare and endure. Never, never, never believe any war will be smooth and easy, or that anyone who embarks on the strange voyage can measure the tides and hurricanes he will encounter. The statesman who yields to war fever must realize that once the signal is given, he is no longer the master of policy, but the slave of unforeseeable and uncontrollable events. It is a good thing for an uneducated man to read books of quotations. Politics is not a game. It is an earnest business. The best argument against democracy is a 5-minute conversation with the average voter. We shall not fail or falter. We shall not weaken or tire. Neither the sudden shock of battle nor the long-drawn trials of vigilance and exertion will wear us down. Give us the tools and we will finish the job. There are a terrible lot of lies going about the world, and the worst of it is that half of them are true. To build may have to be the slow and laborious task of years. To destroy can be the thoughtless act of a single day. Men occasionally stumble over the truth, but most of them pick themselves up and hurry off as if nothing ever happened. One ought never to turn one's back on a threatened danger and try to run away from it. If you do that, you will double the danger. But if you meet it promptly and without flinching, you will reduce the danger by half. Success is the ability to go from one failure to another with no loss of enthusiasm. A nation without a conscience is a nation without a soul. A nation without a soul is a nation that cannot live.